Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a cast of Vanguard, prototype for an up-and-coming RTS esport. My name is JaKaTaK, and I'm the UI lead for Sunspear Games, the company that's making both Vanguard and Immortal. And with me is Tim Drennock. Connor, how you doing, man?
I am doing great. I love the name of that company, Sunspear Games.
Yep.
Sounds legit.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Let's get into these players. We got the bottom left, the blue team, it's Torino and Doihi. And in the top left, it's Mad Shiro and December's Calm. And December's Calm is the lead game designer for Sunspear Games for this project and others as well.
Yeah, wonderful guy. Right now, though, we have Doihi, the blue Terran, getting really aggressive. December's Calm will have to pull back. Doihi, a little bit better micro, but super cool. In the beginning of this game, everybody has these scouts that they can use. They're pretty fast. We have, for the Zerg, we have a Queen. You can see Mad Shiro in the middle of the map. And you can really get in and scout your opponent and check out all these different fortifications around the map and figure out where your opponent's taking them.
Yeah, and look at this, man. December's Calm already out with a group of Marines. Went for that barracks pretty quickly and gonna catch this Reaper out. Oh, yep, just barely grabs it. Very nicely done here. And we'll go ahead and take an expansion behind as the map control goes over to the red team.
I love this, and you can produce a lot of units really quickly. It's not just Zerg or something like that in StarCraft 2. So the Marines pushing across the map. What do we have on the defense for blue team? Looks like not too much. Ooh, they do have the fortification, though.
Keep in mind, the fortification does get locked down for the first 3 minutes of the game, so it will not be able to help them for a little while here. That bunker late as well. This is looking very good for December's Calm and his teammate, Mad Shiro.
Oh, and another wave is coming on in for Mad Shiro. Just a few seconds left until that fortification. That's 11 seconds until it starts shooting, but Mad Shiro and December's Calm, the red team, have a wonderful opportunity. Looks like they're going to decide to try to kill that fortification. If they do kill it, they'll get some Xel'Naga energy, but for now, it looks like they'll pull back. They get Xel'Naga, right, for killing fortifications?
You only get Xel'Naga for killing Xel'Naga. So once your opponent has taken over the fortification tower, like we can see Torino has 2 obelisks over here, occupying those fortification points, that's the only place you can build obelisks and other such things that are called forts, or just call them forts. Yeah, so once you clear those out, you don't get Xel'Naga energy anymore. So there's a limited amount of Xel'Naga energy on the map, and then you also produce it very slowly, passively, so you can see that happening nowhere, but trust me, it's happening.
It's happening.
Yeah, I have the Game Heart user interface on right now because I thought, oh, cool, it'd be really professional if we use this. And I checked it out before, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I think it's showing everything. I think we should be okay. Xel'Naga energy not currently being shown, but trust us, it's there.
And remember that the fortification posts give you vision. The forts give you a lot of vision, so you can see both players and both teams scattering around to get some. We have blue team in the bottom left taking that Xel'Naga. I love that there's Xel'Naga on them, and I love that each race has individual fortifications. It looks so cool, especially the Zerg one near Mad Shiro.
Oh yeah, man, the Nidus Destroyer. That was actually that model is from. I think it's an early build of Legacy of the Void where they're thinking about different Nidus worms and one of them could attack.
Scary.
It was very insane, but it didn't end up coming to fruition. But we're very thankful to be able to use that cool model in our game. And we can see December's Calm trying to take the center of the map. Very obviously, in most games, controlling the center is a very strong thing to do. And he's going to attempt to start doing that over here, but our buddy Doihi has something to say about that. It looks like that's going to be a sunk cost, 50 Xel'Naga energy down the drain for December's Calm.
And remember, we still have the Xel'Naga vault in the middle, but looks like right now it won't matter with Torino trying to attack Mad Shiro. Mad Shiro is going to run up, and looks like December's Calm and Mad Shiro will get the surround. This is beautiful. Oh, is that Mark?
Oh, that was Mark. Yeah, all those units are taking double damage right now, all those units with the red circles. So nice cast there by the blue Terran Doihi. The Mark really turned that battle around. But keep in mind, every time you use one of these battle abilities, you're cutting into your Xel'Naga energy, and that means you'll be able to build less fortifications to, solidify certain positions on the map for your team.
really a heavy amount of decision making around the Xel'Naga points, which I find really cool. Those Xel'Naga energy. It's going to be important, especially with taking the fortifications, because they also can attack. You really easily can fall back onto them. And you can see, I love how they're spread all around the map. There's tons of them. It's not just one or two. So you're going to be able to almost leapfrog from these and move forward, attack different bases. You got to be really careful that you take all of the fortifications around your bases. More importantly, on the bottom left, we have a whole group of Corsairs running into Mad Shiro's third.
Yeah, Corsair's a little bit different in this game. They attack air and ground. So if you're used to the Corsair from Brood War, this is a little bit different. It's this nice, fast, agile attacking unit. And oh, gotta watch out for that level 2 Nidus Destroyer. When it gets huge like that, it's level 2. At level 1, they can only attack the ground, but at level 2, they can attack ground and air as well. But he's got himself into a nice position over here. Torino going ahead and making this really early attack, and all of these Corsairs run out of energy. And that doesn't mean they can't attack, but what it does mean is that they attack more slowly. The more energy the Corsair has, more or less it'll attack faster. When it gets below a certain threshold, it starts to attack slower. So they're really good in burst-like situations. That's that mechanic. So see, you have all the energy here. They attack very quickly. Now that they're out, they won't be able to fight as cost efficiently. Kind of ignoring the queen here. Doesn't do all that much damage. Just gonna try to get this economic damage in. And in the meantime, we do have some Marines moving around on this side of the map, looking to position, maybe take this fortification. Look, we have the Diamondback. It's sieged up, but really excellent mark over here. Plus the Widowmine might be able to clear this up. He does take the position unit, but a second Widowmine is there as well. This is the General Warfield faction, and it's, as you can see, lots of space control units. Got the Widowmines and the Diamondbacks and some others as well that we may see in the future as the game develops.
So what does December's Calm, our Red Terran, have? Which faction is he playing against this more area faction of Blue Terran?
He's playing Raynor, so that means he's got the Marines instead of the Marauders. It's a much more mobile type force overall, but you still have some. You still have ground control, space control units like the siege tank. Space control is actually a really big part of Vanguard. So. Almost everyone, I'm pretty sure everyone has a nice number of space control units to make sure they can lock down particular areas of terrain. That makes the game very chess-like.
Yeah, I love that. And there's a lot of different ramps on this map. You can see there's even bases on the left-hand side that Mad Shiro has that only has one ramp into it. So treading that is key. And by the way, these Corsairs, man, they have so much anti-air against the Mutas. They just wrecked them.
Oh, yeah, man. Corsairs did well against the Muta in Brood War, and it is no different in Vanguard.
Ooh, a whole bunch of Marines here at the bottom left will push Doihi out. This is going to be December's Calm. Remember, he may be in the top part of the map, but he can drop down to Mad Shiro's part. Looks like Mutas are going to join in. Corsairs
falling back to this fortification point. It's about to get level 2, and that's going to make a huge difference. And oh my god, I think this is a big overextension from Red Team over here. They may have pushed the base away for some time, but all these units are trapped in the corner of the map, and I think we're all going to go down here.
Yeah, and this may allow the blue team to take the fort in the middle of the map that's currently untaken near the Xel'Naga vault with this brief moment of destruction. But remember, units are coming in large waves in this game. So there's going to be a little while where they're going to be unable to defend, and then bang, a ton are going to pop out. So they got to really make sure to capitalize off those little moments, which is something that's hard as an attacker. But as a defender, it's very calming where you know you haven't just wasted your entire army even though you lost it. You can make it quickly and reinforce, as we can see with December's Calm in the middle, pushing forward.
Yep. It's killing your opponent's army opens up a small window of attack, and you have to be very on top of it. You have to be very focused and close that window as quickly as possible. Utilize your advantage quickly, or your opponent will rebuild immediately. It's more expensive to grow your army size than it is to replace your army, and that creates that cool kind of interaction that you were talking about. Oh, I don't think that was a cancel.
In the middle.
I think that was a death.
December's Calm pushes forward into this really heavy Marine style. What counters it? Because it looks like that's all December's Calm using. Well, it does have one dropship coming on in, but that doesn't heal, I don't think.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got +2/+2 on the way, which is quite helpful. We're also going to see this medevac. It's area of effect, right? It's just like other RTS games. You have a bunch of small units that are powerful. Area of effect spells are going to be important. So going ahead and getting those going on.
Oh, the Wraith could actually kill the dropship.
Oh my god, the dropship is down. Very unfortunate situation. And December's Calm says, what? Because he just saw the same glitch we did. That's right. This is a prototype, ladies and gentlemen. This is a game that is under construction. So we do run into these bugs from time to time. And December's Calm is actually the person who fixes the bugs. So I'm sure that that's already been fixed.
Oh, no way. Pro's being pulled to try to keep these Marines in. It may not even need it. They may keep the Zealots out. No, the Zealots will be here. There's so much happening. What are these Diamondbacks? They look so cool. I love the model, Jack.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks are great. They're the model's taken from the campaign, the Wings of Liberty campaign, and they have a basic attack, which is quite nice, but they also have this area of effect spell that's being placed right here. You can see it's sort of like a siege tank. It's more actually like a liberator that's on the ground, you know? Just the Diamondback has a liberator, that's on the ground.
Not a sucky liberator is what you're saying, like a fun for the defender liberator.
Yeah, a not ridiculous, you have to change map design so that, you know, you don't have to worry about airspace and stuff like that with this ground liberator, which is the Vanguard Diamondback.
That ground liberator. Looks like they have still the Corsairs alive, or I think Corsairs in the top right-hand corner going through some bases, but we have a lot of movement in the middle of the map. Do note that the AI works a little bit differently in this game, and I really like it. It allows you to micro some more. Tell us about that. How's that work?
What do you mean specifically?
The AI movement, pardon me.
The AI, I thought you said the air. Yeah, so...
the air is different in this world.
The air is different. I was like, really? Yeah, it has a different viscosity. I was like, oh my god, what?
It just goes places. I don't know.
Yeah, the AI is, you'll notice as units move across, they're a little bit less uniform. They kind of get in each other's way a little bit more. And what that does is it keeps things a little more split up. There's less, to use the technical term, clumpification in the game. That's not a word.
Viscosity and clumpification, man.
Yeah,
You're
man.
blowing my mind.
Yeah, you come in with viscosity, which is a real word, and then you smooth clumpification, and then everyone thinks, oh wait, clumpification must be a real word because viscosity is. I just looked it up, but I don't want to look up the second word. Now I'm just going to trust Jack. Bam, gotcha. It's not a real word.
Oh gosh, we can see a big attack. Madshiro with a ton of Zerglings right in the middle of the map, but he's not going to see Torino.
Whoa, big counterattack.
Is going to attack in. Yeah, looks like there's a massive counterattack from Red, while Blue is not attacking too much. Blue has left themselves completely open. All they have is forts to defend back at home.
Yeah, and they're only level 1 forts as well, so these Zerglings going to run right by even a Dark Templar here, and that's a big showcase of the hidden mechanic.
Oh, the Marines. So good.
They're normally, you can just throw down some DTs and be totally fine. Oh, nice wild mutation over there. Going to start to rip apart this production. And keep in mind, the production and supply are tied in together, so when you destroy production, you're actually limiting the maximum size of your opponent's army.
Yeah, it's fantastic to get in there. Pretty hard to kill the buildings, though. Looks like the Lings will get right into the racks, right in with the gates at the same time in the north part of the map. We did have Doihi take out one base, but I don't think that's enough, Jack. As you said, they're on the production. It's getting hard. What does the downside, or I guess the positive thing of having the production be so key, is that you don't need to be making pylons, supply depots, or something like that. So it takes out a little bit of those macro mechanics, but does make you more vulnerable counterattacks such as this.
Yeah, you have to be really careful to defend your main base and to defend... Oh, so sad. He's actually building the Dark Shrine. Nice mark over here will help quite a bit. These Zealots are going to be incredibly cost efficient against Zerglings that take double damage. Look at that. Look at the positioning. I mean, you can't ask for too much of a better fight than that. Oh, and we have this Diamondback as well. It's going to protect this mineral line so Torino can get his economy back up.
Melee positions like that are a little bit easier in this game because of how the AI moves. It's a little bit more blocky, so Lings won't be able to squeeze in through any scary areas, we hope at least.
Yeah, definitely. They are going to be able to run by over here. Only a Widow Mine, which I think has been activated or not. There it goes. Ooh, nice hit.
Oh gosh, Friendly Fire almost could have knocked all of that out. Do remind me, the spells that each race has is used wherever they have vision, right? So they can use it to help out their buddies, is what we're seeing a lot of.
Yeah, absolutely. Teamwork is a really important part of Vanguard. You have to be working together, communicating, helping your teammate, etc. It's something that a lot of RTS, classic RTS players who are used to one-on-one games aren't necessarily used to. In our professional tournament, actually, Lily Cannon and Space Marine did better than a lot of the more mechanically talented and 1v1 talented and skilled players, just because they have a lot of 2 versus 2 experience and they coordinate better than their opponents.
Oh my gosh, Jack, we have blue Noxilisks.
Oh man,
word. I don't even know what these. Oh gosh, they're green. They're not even blue. I'm colorblind. Oh my word. I love the graphics along with these. I love this game. The different models for it.
Yeah, a lot of fun here. This is another a campaign model. And what the Noxilus does
is... call him Charlie. Can we just Charlie?
The Charlie... Wow, that's it's Vietnam War. Maybe we shouldn't go in that particular direction. But the Noxilus do damage, 5 damage a second to everything around them, regardless of whether they're attacking or not. So it makes it really, really scary to get on top of the Noxilusks. And look at that strong Warfield area defense over here. Gonna push that back in the meantime, though. So much harassment being done to the blue team here.
DT is also bottom right defending. So you're telling me the Noxilusks can just walk in, hold position in mineral line, and take everything out with their area of effect damage?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's noxious, man.
Man. How long did you plan that one out?
That was actually, I was trying to think of a pun earlier. It didn't come to me. That came to me right in the moment.
Nicely done. Very good.
So good. GG, well played, man.
We did get to see a little bit of that hidden mechanic for a second there in the DTs. The way that hidden works is that when you get close to your enemies, you become revealed. But if you're further away from your enemies, you become cloaked. And each unit has a different hidden number, right? So DTs are hidden 2. And that means that if you're within 2 range of an enemy, you are not cloaked. But as long as you're further than 2 range away from your enemy, you will be cloaked and they will not be able to see you. Big attack coming into the main here.
Super cool idea because it allows you to be tactical without it being annoying as a defender who can't see them. But we have tons of Noxilusks. We got Marines, we got Lings. It looks like they're coming from the left-hand side too, possibly going to go for a surround. Doihi wants something to block off this ramp left-hand side. You won't get it, but they clean up the main part of the army while Mad Shiro was not fighting with December's Calm, and this is going to really benefit Doihi and the blue team.
Yeah, Mad Shiro in a kind of nice position over here, putting him in a tough spot. And the big run by.
Oh my gosh.
The Marine run by. Usually you only hear about Zergling run bys. In this game you hear about Marine run bys.
Run by, guys. That was a run. That was like a sprint by.
Yeah, right. The stimmed Marines are really fast. And they're going to go ahead and get killed. They got hit by a confusion there. That's what that little effect is, if you saw just the last moment. These Dark Archons, make no mistake, there is a difference between Archons and Dark Archons in this game. And the Dark Archons cast a spell called Confusion, which gets your enemy attacking all the things that are closest to them, no matter what. So you just toss it down on a bunch of Marines, and they're all attacking each other because they're the closest things to each other, instead of attacking you. So really powerful spell, but has a big wind-up, and it's easily dodgeable. So as long as you're paying attention, you can really avoid that incredibly powerful tier 3 spell.
It's pretty rough in a 2v2. Bottom left here, though, Doihi does have to retreat, but man, I think it's level 2 obelisk right here. Great, it's a level 2 fortification. It's called an obelisk.
Yep.
And that defends so well. It shows you that you can be really good, have a massive army, but if you're being careful, if you're being strategic with these points you're taking, you can still keep alive, especially with the big waves coming out. I love how long these fighting periods in the game last. It's really an eternal mid-game here.
Yeah, that's a cool way to describe it. Welcome to the eternal mid-game. It will last forever. Also, there are no supply caps currently in the game. We're gonna put them in eventually, but for now we're allowing people to figure it out. So you can see that Shiro's up to almost 300 supply here. It's quite intense. Also, workers don't take any supplies. That's 300 army supply.
Gosh.
Oh, look at that!
Look at it!
Oh man, that confusion not only made all of the Zerglings sort of attack each other, it also blocked the rest of the army from coming up the ramp. Really great play there from Torino. Nice use of the spell.
Genius. Doihi on the defense, waiting for some more Dark Archons to reinforce, but he's getting a nice choke point right here. Mad Shiro has to fall back. Well, in the middle of the map, looks like December's Calm ran into Torino, ran into all the Diamondbacks, which are sieged. And remember, this base has been mining for an incredible amount of time. If it was not here, it would look very grim for the blue team. But because they were aggressive early on, took a strong position, as you were saying, Jack, took kind of a chess position, they've been able to keep this alive, running, and supporting the blue team. One
of the most difficult situations, though, is that Doihi has no economy at all. He's got very, very... let's see, little money. He's got 3 minerals, etc. And he can't rebuild in his main. And your main is worth so much more than all your expansions. There's 4 times as much minerals in your main as are in the other bases. So you losing your main is a really, really big deal. Whereas losing your expansions are not. You got to be super careful and super on top of defending your main base.
When you don't have to worry about defending your main base, though, you can see in the top right, Doihi swoops on in, goes for the drones, might even pick up some SCVs in December's Calm base in the top middle. While in the bottom part of the map, looks like December's Calm just kind of ran in with a few Marines. Looks like it was a drop ship. So far, he's not been able to get too many drops off, but we're starting to see multiple small skirmishes start around the map. And if neither side really mitigates these well, they could put themselves into an obnoxious position.
All right, we got these this giant swath of dark archons over here. Oh, and they're not paying attention. Huge confusion spell right there. It takes all of those Marines out of the battles, killing themselves, but they're gonna have to get back because there's a huge Zerg counterattack coming across against blue.
Oh, Doihi with the last of his SCVs gets them out to the right-hand side while the Noxilisks.
We gotta rename those things.
Yeah, they gotta be noxious, man. Yeah. Orbital Command picks on up. We still have these Wraiths. Looks like they're gonna retreat. Can I hit ground? Or is that the Corsair?
The Wraith? No, the Wraith can hit ground and air.
Oh, ballers. They're just leading them back into the obelisk.
Ah, nicely done.
Beautiful. By the way, we called the Dark Archons a swath of Dark Archons. Are they not a herd? Is that what
no, because they're in no way like livestock, so we're not going to call them a herd.
All right, the swath of Dark Archon attack.
And we got some Nidus Worms going on as well. It's actually not something that I've seen before in a game of Vanguard. What, he just didn't kill that? Interesting.
Man, sometimes
all right, change his mind. He's going back to it.
The maw of death. Who wants to take out a big thing? A snaky thing? I don't know. I'm reading Dune right now, and those remind me of the big, like, worms. I think that's what they're based off, right?
Dune 2 is a... Oh my god, this turret's almost not finished. Dune 2 is a RTS game that was based on the Dune books, right?
The book
and Warcraft was based on Dune 2.
Oh no way! I knew it was. Well, yeah,
and that's how we get to where we are. So Dune has indeed influenced RTS in a major way.
Dark Archons using some confusion in the middle of the map, and I love the positions of the sensor towers right here. Really screwed up these Ultralisks from moving on in to the probe line. Lots of fights going down. Looks like Torino is going to be caught between noxious place and noxious place, but he gets out.
Yep. One of the really big parts of Vanguard is retreatability. There's a lot of options to retreat, so you're a little bit more in control of when you take fights. You can see that although Dark Archons are spellcasters, they're not too shabby with the damage either.
The drop in the main base, bottom right. Looks like a
going for one of the two dark shrines. Oh, and Torino forgot that he rebuilt his dark shrine, and now he's going to replace it, so he has two just in case.
Better safe than sorry, man.
In case anyone's wondering, there is no reason to have two dark shrines. Oh, great dodge there from December's Calm. You could see that Torino was trying to confuse those Marines, and that's exactly how you play that out. You just move in an unpredictable position, location. You dodge that shot, and all of a sudden, they're not looking too tough anymore.
By the way, I love the Lancer unit. It's so cool. Positionally, you can get a good position. If you don't move, you're invisible, and it allows you to get these tactical situations.
Yeah.
Again, it's not annoying for your opponent when you shoot. You're made visible. So I think when you shoot, you're made visible.
No. So the way the Lancer works is if you stay still for 4 seconds, you get +4 range and hidden 3. I think it is.
Oh, so cool. So 3, and that could be within 3 spaces for it to be shown, right?
Exactly. Right. So all you have to do is, I see the shimmer. Just walk up to it, and then you're in a good position. You can see nice hold position over here from Torino, and he's going to just get into this position. You can be able to shoot with a +4 range. He also has that cloak to help him out. Marks landing everywhere. So much Xel'Naga energy being spent on this attack. This is a really critical moment in the game.
Drones are pulled. Oh my gosh, drones left-hand side pulled. They're trying to get the surround, but the Lancers are falling back. Remember, they can't go invisible right here to get away. It's only tactically they're going to have to fall back. One Dark Archon's going to try to do something, but December's Calm and Mad Shiro, the red team, looks like it's going to prevail. But remember, a big wave is going to pop. But it was the production of blue team's army when it was destroyed earlier. Is that going to affect the game right here? I think it's really stopping them.
Is this a misclick? I don't think they're landing anywhere. Oh man, I think this is a big misclick or something.
They need them down, right, to produce? I would presume.
Yeah, they need to be down to produce. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just a misclick when he was trying to land his
War position? What? Can he stop the
They do produce very quickly. They produce very quickly. We've been talking about this quite a bit, so perhaps he'll just pump out tons of units all of a sudden. He needs to start doing it right away, though. He can't wait till they all land. He's got to produce units. But it looks like he doesn't have a whole lot of money to produce units with, unfortunately.
You're telling me I didn't need macro mechanics? What? He needs to press a button. That's too complicated for Genok. I prefer everything automated. Remember, by the way, drones are automated. I think you can decide to make them on your own, but they also are automated.
Yeah. So the way that drone production works is that it's automated, and you have a toggle switch. So you can say, I want to build drones right now, or I don't want to build drones right now. And the game will take care of the rest. When you become fully saturated, it will automatically stop worker production. So that way you can spend more time fighting and doing all these other things. And really, I mean, you just don't have time to do anything else. There's so much happening in a game of Vanguard. There's so much action out on the map that you don't really have time to be managing your base.
Oh, Mad Shiro's just in a rough position. If he gets onto the high ground to defend this, he's going to be in an open fire field. There's going to be a direct line of sight for Raynor to take him down. It looks like finally Raynor backs up. The Warfield Raxes did end up helping a little bit, kind of narrowing down the path. But finally, Mad Shiro, he's moving in down through the middle of the map.
Oh man, the drone pull.
I don't know, how good are drones here? Can they do this?
Well, you know, drones don't cost any supply. So when you're in a rough position, and like the red team has a total of 300 to 400 minerals a minute, period, for their entire team right now. The economies are completely thrashed for both sides. Everyone's mining out all over the place. So any base with minerals right now is such an important position to hold. It's such a critical location.
Oh, phew, he got out right there. SCV's pulled in. Every base is super important. Looks like it's going to be a nice position here on the ramp, too, but the Noxalisks...
Oh, great confusion on the ramp again from Taurino. Delays this attack, and all of these Lancers on the high ground are going to make it really difficult to push through. Doihi focusing on microing his barracks to help with positioning.
And remember, like, the bases in the bottom left keep getting destroyed, but what allows blue team to take them back is their strategic fort positions. You have the level 2 fort in the bottom left, and then you have some positions outside the base that just died, we were watching, that the fortification points are not taken. In this game, it's super important. Even though you don't want to have to worry about it, don't have to remember about it, you got to keep being on those, and when you get them highly upgraded, they can sometimes defend it themselves. If you have a CC or something, you can pull up and pull away. So even though there's armies and there's fights happening and skirmishes of armies, you also can start retaking these places and destroying your opponent's fortifications to get little needles sides deep in their territory.
And you can't underestimate your main base. In other RTS, maybe it's not such a smart idea to take back your main base, but the problem is Doihi is not taking his main base back, and that's the most easy to defend location that he can get economy out of, and economy is everything at this moment.
So we got a mass SCV, mass Ling, mass drone army. This is the best comp you can get in this game.
Oh my god.
Phenomenal.
Wild mutation on the drones.
Wild mutation?
Yeah, that was a wild mutation on the drones. They're chasing down a Dark Archon, and they're also chasing down these Lancers in this position over here.
Man, this is a fun thing to control. It's like mass Marines. You just are using tactics here. Like, all right, let's do this. They're gonna pull back. It's only melee. You know, man, the SCVs need some armory they can go into, and they all come out with like rocket launchers and stuff, like Halo. Yeah, absolutely. We need a worker upgrade button where you can like spend supply to upgrade your workers or something. It's like it's not a death match, but you know in FPSs when there's only like one player left on each side. Oh, sudden death. It needs to be sudden death where they all are armored up. Oh my gosh, SCVs are gonna try to go through the obelisk in the bottom left. Ooh, it's gonna be bloody, but.
Yeah, we got a lot of Zerglings to help out over here, and late game Zerglings are quite strong with the speed and adrenal glands. So very, very powerful moves here. Let's keep a note on the economy. Pretty much nobody has any economy. Mad Shiro is long distance mining in one place. That's his only economy. So this base is so important. I can't stress enough the main. He's finally taking his back. Oh my god, he's finally taking back his main. This might be what blue team needs to come back and win this game.
Yeah, this is good. Remember that red team's Terran, we got December's Calm, has about 50 minerals a minute. He feels like a god compared to these other guys. He's wealthy, but it's just not enough. It's just not enough right now.
We're just all long distance mining everywhere. Anything you can get. There's lifted buildings all over the place. This is the late game of Vanguard. You usually don't see games go quite this late, just because of the power of the increasing tiers of technology, but sometimes you get a close enough match where this just insanity ensues.
And I love that you have the insanity, and even if you're not really close as players, still because of the game mechanics, if you're around the same, the mid game will be back and forth, and you have a great replayability and a safety sense. Where I know when I first started playing RTSs online, I remember playing Warcraft 3 and like macroing up and feeling super good, and then one headhunter comes into my base and kills everything. I was like, I didn't know you could do that. Stop! But in this game, it's not quite like that. The one headhunter comes in and you defend with your tower and you keep playing. It's a lot of fun, but what might not be.
Ooh, big moves. Marks over all these Lancers, huge surrounds, and sure, they're not particularly strong units, but there's just so many of them.
Drones? I
oh
really,
man, this is crazy.
Drones, man.
I don't know who wins this. I have no idea who wins this. I don't know what happens.
The Wraiths, they're gonna come on in, they're gonna wreck them.
Oh my god. 2 Lancers survive with the support of the Wraiths. Oh wait. Oh, 30 hit points on that last Lancer. Better throw down some healing structures and get those healed up, because everything matters right now. Oh, December's gonna GG. That's right, Doihi is the only player with income right now, and almost every base in the map is mined out, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this first cast of Vanguard. Every time we cast, it'll probably be a new version. Changes, improvements are always being made. So, you know, stick with us. And if you want to play the game, I'm going to leave all the links in the descriptions. Playtesting happens almost every day at peak hours for Europe and peak hours for the United States as well. So if you want to play, just go ahead and follow all the instructions and the links in the comment section, and I'll see you again soon. This has been Thomas, Jack, Tak, Labonte, Tim, Dreadnought, Connor, and we're out of here.